Hi, I'm Angela Ryder. Thanks for joining me. You don't have to look for your intuition or signs all the time because that can be exhausting. Because if everything is a potential sign, it can be hard to detect what's actually meant for you. But over the years, I've learned what helps to bring things into focus is being open to receive guidance from your higher self, your spirit team, signs and symbols, being open to it, but intending to notice how intuition works for you. What kind of signs have meaning for you? I want to share a story about it's kind of analogous to hunting for signs. So I grew up in Michigan, and at a very young age, my dad taught me how to hunt for morel mushrooms. Delicious, yes. But I'm pretty sure those first few years when I was about the ages of 3 to 5 years old, I didn't find anything unless my dad took his finger and actually touched the mushroom to point it out to me. I do remember that I spent so much time actually distracted by the spring wildflowers and all the things in the forest that I didn't normally get to see in the yard and the fields around our house. And one time, I do remember I was standing in a patch of mushrooms and I was so focused on the trillium flowers that it didn't even see the mushrooms at all. My dad was like, oh, trying to get me focused. And it's just like, and don't move. They're right there. So the thing with mushrooms is that it does take a while for your eyes to tune in and see them amongst all the leaves, plants, and debris in the forest. But it's kind of like once you see one for the first one of the day, it's like suddenly a specific lens has flipped and everything's in focus, and suddenly you're able to see them wherever they are. You're able to filter out leaves and everything else and focus in on that shape of mushroom. And even if you don't find anything, you're still out for a good walk. But you actually don't have to hunt for your intuition. But if you're going out randomly, not looking for anything, everything becomes a sign. So mushrooms depend on, seasonal conditions, and it can be sparse, and there's no guarantee that there's going to be any mushrooms. Intuition is always there waiting to be noticed and used as guidance. You don't have to hunt for the signs and symbols or messages from your intuition because there's a connection. There's if you are paying attention and open to receive, there's this honing of saying, okay, I need guidance, and you can ask for specifically what you would like, and then you can look for the kind of signs or ideas or things that pop in that are part of your honing, your intuition mushroom. Your higher self and spirit teams are extended parts of you that support and guide you through that felt perceived intuition, your psychic sensing, your dreams, signs, and synchronicities, and that your subconscious mind is registering these external and internal messages, even if your conscious mind doesn't notice them yet. But what you want to do is have the intention of focus of being open to receive those messages so that they're not just subconscious, but you're actually picking up what's intended for you, not just the debris that might be around. So you don't have to constantly look at everything and turn it into a potential message, because everything could get your attention and everything could seem like, oh, shiny, pretty, and you go after that. So what helps to bring things in focus is to first notice that you want the intention to be able to be open to receive it, and have the imagination to say, I can sense that I am intuitive. I know that I'm intuitive, but I want help, and I'm open, and I'm willing to receive, and know that these signs and symbols are always there, but having the intention and imagining yourself receiving them is going to help you start to tune in those things that are specifically for you. Now, I am still at the point where sometimes things are right in front of me and I don't see them, just like mushrooms. They can be right there. So even if you are looking for signs and symbols and sometimes you don't see them, just continue to practice and say, I'm open to receive. Please show me. Please give me guidance. Please help me have an idea or something that guides me. If you say these things to your higher self and spirit team, it helps not only create that expanded connection into that interface between, your expanded higher self and your spirit team, but it helps you calibrate to be able to notice when it's actually something for you. And we can feel like we're paying attention and not noticing anything, because sometimes it's not time yet to do that thing. Like you might have an idea or it feels like intuition is percolating that you want to explore something, and maybe you need to slow the roll just a little bit and take a small first step, because sometimes those ideas or invitations for something larger is just a way to move your attention and take a step a little bit further. So something that you couldn't see before then comes into view. Then you've taken a step towards something because it got your attention, even though it might not be the final destination. So how do you get better at this? Start with the obvious. Over the years, looking for mushrooms, as I got older, I knew where to look. I knew what they looked like. I knew how to see them. And sometimes things would be right out there in the open and it was so clear, I couldn't miss it. It's the same thing with intuition. Sometimes things are so clear, the clear email, the clear phone call, the clear idea, the coincidences, you're thinking of something and something affirms it. Those kind of strong indications of the obvious are even more useful for you instead of trying to look for things that are more subtle externally. You can start with saying, okay, what are some obvious ways that I have received intuitive information? Because when you notice the obvious, it's like that honing into being able to see something that you couldn't see before. It's like, oh, okay, this is what it feels like when I see something really obvious. So I can sit with that and I can take note and say, all right, that's the obvious. And over time, these little data check-in points saying, okay, that's the obvious way. What other ways are coming that feel similar or are similar but the signal might be a little bit softer. It helps to improve the subtle intuition when you're noticing the obvious and you're taking note and saying, okay, then it kind of tunes that subtle lens so that you can notice those same kind of vibration and frequency and symbols to tune you in. So it's like connecting the dots in reverse of like big thing, big thing, big thing. And in reverse, you can go, oh, this is where it was leading me. And then it strengthens that signal. And then you can go, oh, I just caught that little thing there. I'm going to investigate that. So you don't have to just wait till the big things come. You will be able to hone in and learn what those soft signals are. So you don't have to continually look at, 11:11, I saw that, or I saw a bird, or I saw whatever, unless those are very specific signs for you that every time you see them, you know that it's a sign for you. I would say simplify it. Simplify it to the things that aren't just general. Seeing 11:11, is more of a general sign of affirmation and not a specific signal. So the way I do my day and practice, minimal practice, this is all you have to do is start your day with your hand on your heart and ask your higher self and spirit team to bring clear signs and synchronicities and to your attention that are easy to see. Make sure you say that. It's like, I would like things that are easy to see, and I want them for a specific reason. And then trust that this will happen. Set the intention to notice what feels significant, not just random. And then take notes, either mentally or in your notes app or a little pad of paper. Whatever you notice, whether it's synchronicity or a sign, a symbol, a metaphor, or something that triggers a feeling or a thought, write it down and take note of it. And then if you have time, maybe at the end of the day, write a little bit about why you feel or think you noticed that something and how it made you feel. Because tuning back into when that sign happened, how did you feel? What did you notice? Helps you improve your senses and your ability to hone your intuition to, again, become more subtle and you not have to have a bunch of signs, big signs, obvious signs. So just doing those 3 steps will help you improve your ability to sense and notice how your intuition presents around and within you. And over time, you can start to notice themes and progress, and you can feel those subtle energy shifts and being able to take note. I suggest that those things that seem very clear, that you act on them as much as possible, because acting on them means that you are aligning with your intuition. And you can choose to or not. Intuition is always an invitation, not a mandate. And when you're looking at all the ways that you acted on your intuition, what was revealed, what happened when you followed it or didn't follow the feeling or the sign, and then include those details. This helps you learn how your intuition works for you. Your intuition is an invitation. It's a lifelong practice to get to know and develop your senses and to be able to listen and follow your intuition. But what happens when we stop guessing and doubting that inner guidance and what we know? We learn to distinguish our intuition from our conditioning or fear. And then we can better know what's important to pay attention to. And following intuition can save you from a lot of wasted time, cyclical patterns of doubt and confusion. But more than that, it can enrich your life and help you create one that's more enjoyable and authentic to who you are and are always becoming. So always consider any guidance as an invitation to implement. It's not a mandate, and you always have free will to use the guidance or not. But if you're interested, let your guides know and ask them to show you. And with intention, be open to receive. And then follow as you can, whatever comes up. I'm here for you too. You can find me at AngelaRyder.com or at other places in my YouTube video channel. Much love. Take care, and thanks for being here.